It's time for our daily dose of Cope, and we have mini Masha Catnip at the news anchor's desk for the Leopards News Network. We have tons of stories to get to today, so we're going to jump right into it. Here recently, I've noticed a trend of these prominent faces saying that they regret their votes for Trump. We got this podcaster, racist Andrew Schulz. We saw Joe Rogan seemingly regret his vote. We've seen some MAGA influencers on TikTok melting down about their vote. Now they are seeing how unpopular and many of the stupid things that this man is doing, and now they want to distance themselves. And I'm not the type of person that will let them forget what they helped usher in. And these podcast bros really helped to usher it in because they tapped into the unhingedness of the men that listen to podcasts. So that really helped Donald Trump. Podcast bro Andrew Schulz turns on Trump because he's doing the exact opposite of what he voted for. Okay, let's get into this. This came out on Friday. This came out yesterday. Podcast bro Andrew Schulz has admitted to feeling disillusioned with Trump, saying he's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for. On Thursday's episode of his Flagrant podcast, the 41-year-old podcaster aired his frustrations with the current administration. Everything he campaigned on, I believe he wanted to do, and now he's doing the exact opposite thing of every single effing thing. There'll be people that they'll DM me like, you see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for. I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink the spending, reduce the budget. He's increasing it. It's like everything that he says he's going to do, except sending immigrants back. And now he's even flip-flopped on that, which I kind of like. While Schulz insisted that he's not naive to the fact that most politicians don't do most of the they say, he said, I don't want to be too cynical, but now I'm getting to the point where it's like, can they do anything? The Republican politician previously appeared on Schulz's podcast in October amid his 2024 campaign. During the episode, the host questioned Trump on his stance on termination and access to IVF. Schulz came under fire for welcoming Trump as a guest. However, in March, he denied that having him on the podcast was any sort of endorsement. I don't believe in endorsing candidates. I'm a comedian, and I didn't want to go to the inauguration either. They were very kind to invite me, but it wasn't for me, he told the Daily Beast. So now it's like hands off. I don't want to do anything, but they know what they influenced. They know what they helped usher in. This woman named Mikey, she's going to speak after one of these Medicaid MAGA, one of these poor and unhealthy MAGA, these poor and unhealthy people that help usher in the Medicaid stripping of Americans. And the things that she says after that man speaks is precisely how I feel. These people that want unity now that they're being impacted, I honestly do not give a good goddamn about them. I hope that they feel stressed every single night for what they have helped usher in. And they're going to have to find some kumbaya somewhere else because all of the things that they voted for, like literally, an apology isn't going to help fix it. So they're going to have to fix the fire that they helped start along with this administration. There are so many things going wrong right now that their stupid video or apology doesn't do a thing for me because the country is still burning down because now that they feel it, now that they're losing sleep, now that their money is getting stripped, now that their Medicaid is getting stripped, now they want to let's get unified. No, F that. You go unify with some another MAGA voter that feels some regret. F you.
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends.
This is quite literally what you voted for. Why are you so confused? You voted for the man that wanted to take away Medicaid. He took away the Medicaid, and you're shocked? You can't afford your medicine? Oh, well, don't worry. I'm sure that Doge check's still on the way. I do not care. I legit do not care about any of these people. They voted against their own interests. They voted against themselves. Why should I give a fuck that he can't afford his medicine? He should have thought about that before voting for the candidate that wanted to make it so he couldn't get it. Call me selfish, call me heartless. I really don't care. These people fucked around and now they're finding out. I don't care. And the thing is, they don't regret voting for Trump because Trump is a bad guy and he's hurting people. They regret voting for Trump because now they are being affected. When Trump was only affecting the brown people, they were like, yeah, fuck yeah, Trump, woo! But now that it's starting to affect them, now it's like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. You sure did. So I don't know what you expect people to do. Maybe call your president. Maybe your president could call his little billionaire friends and they can help you out. Because unfortunately for you, all I have to give are concepts of thoughts and prayers.
Like this man, he's upset because of the whole lack of Jeffrey Epstein list. There have been so many other instances where Trump has been a deplorable person, where MAGA is stripping Medicaid, ICE is jumping out of vans, snatching people up without due process. ICE is, breaking into homes, pulling out pew-pews and snatching people, and they're wearing masks. But this list is a bridge too far. This is the only thing that's uniting some of these people is the Jeffrey Epstein list. And people are all talking about, we got to all come together now. This is the reason why I can't take these people seriously, because had they released the Epstein list, they would still be extra, extra pro-MAGA. And the craziest thing about this, if these people had even a modicum of sense, they would know that they're not releasing this list because Trump is on the list. Like, duh.
This is all going in the trash. I do not support Trump anymore. He's a liar. He's a part of the deep state. I do not support Israel. I will not be supporting him anymore. He's part of the deep state. He's committing genocide as we speak in Israel. And we all need to start waking up.
And we have this woman. This is a Texas single mom, and now she's looking for unity. She needs a group hug. She said that she was uneducated and ignorant to the vote and the campaign, and it's because she went to public schools, and now we just all need to unite together. Absolutely not. I know that these people are stressed right now based on their vote and what they helped to usher in. And we're going to see a whole lot more catastrophes because of people that didn't know what they were voting for, supposedly. But I have nothing. These people are going to have to fix stuff. They can't just put out a video and think that now things are better. Absolutely not. What work are you doing to fix the situation outside of putting out a video? Like, are you changing your vote in midterms? Are you going to work to help change other people to make sure they vote differently come midterms? What are you going to do, ma'am?
I voted for Trump and I'm sorry. I am uneducated. I grew up in public school system. I believed anything a teacher and a principal told me, and I didn't question it, and I walked in a straight line, and I didn't use critical thinking skills, okay? I didn't read Project 2025. I have a disabled child. I'm a single mom of 3. I believed what he said in his campaigns, and I fucked up, and I'm sorry, okay? Now, we're wanting accountability across the board. It starts with the people like me that made a mistake. I'm admitting it. The first step to progressing in anything is admitting that there is a problem. There was a problem in my judgment. I did not do my due diligence in my research, and I voted in a system that I had not enough awareness and knowledge of until shit started hitting the fan. So if you come for me in the comments and you start all of this hatred, because what we have right now are the people that voted for Trump and that are hiding and that they don't agree, like me, like I was until I'm making this video right now. And then we have the people that didn't vote, and then we have the people that voted for someone else, okay? And then most of all, what we have are citizens of the United States, we the people, complaining that this administration needs to take accountability. We start by leading by example, okay? So if you come for me in the comments with hatred and resentment, because what you have is a resentment for the people that voted for this, that you're a part of the problem. Please accept my apology so we can unite, come together, and move on. Let's lead by example. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
I'm not in Texas, but I have been watching what's going down in Texas because this Texas flood, the lack of prevention and the lack of care where it came to cleanup has shown me what exactly our country is in for as far as, these destructive storms that are coming. So this is just a headline. Before tragedy, Texas repeatedly rejected pleas for flood alarm funding. And I've already talked to you about some of the people that said, nope, we don't want these funds. We don't want these funds. They come from Joe Biden. He's crooked. We don't want that. And now they're like, oh my God, you guys are blaming us. How dare you blame us? No, we didn't want the alarm system because it was attached to like liberals. But now they want some compassion for them for all that they have ushered in. Imagine if they did have some preventative measures in place. What would these storms have looked like? Maybe they would have had some boots on the ground to help rescue these kids. Maybe there would have been some boots on the ground to help get other people out of the way of the storm. But Trump went to Texas and Greg Abbott was fluffing his butt like, yeah, the federal government, they're doing their job. Man, they're doing such a great job. But this headline says it's insulting. Press conference of praise leaves Texas flood victims wanting answers. Trump's visit comes amid questions about how both state officials responded to the crisis, as well as questions about the federal response in the future of FEMA. I really wonder, are they really going to strip FEMA now that they see what happens when you have an inept FEMA? Trump, along with his wife, Melatonin, made the visit 1 week after the heavy rainfall caused severe flooding, leading to the deaths of 121 people and hundreds still missing. Although you wouldn't know that if you watched Trump's press conference with state officials. With local officials under pressure by the public on what went wrong, Governor Greg Abbott and the media in attendance, they showered him with praise and compliments. Like, ugh, why? But you know why, because he's a narcissist that needs his butt fluffed. Abbott said the federal government's response was the fastest disaster response that I'm aware of. Representative Chip Roy, who represents Kerrville, thanked Trump and echoed Abbott's praise. I can't thank you enough. When I called you on Friday, you said, whatever you need. He's never seen such a quick response and such a focus on delivering for the people. All right, but these are what some of the residents says. James Townsend, a 50-year-old Trump voter in both 2016 and 2024, lost his hardware store to the recent floods. Despite his hopes for the president to provide answers, he instead lashed out at Democrats. I watched the press conference hoping for answers or support. Instead, I got deflection and finger pointing. I voted for him twice because of his style to get others on board. My business is gone. Where's the real leadership? And then it says, perhaps Angela Reynolds, a 27-year-old mother of two that voted for Trump, echoed similar feelings of those in Central Texas this past week. While he was talking about Joe Biden and Democrats, I was trying to find a dry place for my kids to sleep. When he was receiving praise, I went to what's left of my home and cried. He doesn't seem to understand what we're going through. But she voted for him. She is a Trump supporter. She voted for this. And this is the reason why I lack F's to give.
Crap, Becca. Hey, girl, did you hear? Yeah, we did it. The big, beautiful bill passed. On God, it did. On, under, and inside of God, it did. That's right. Well, we did lose our Medicaid, so I'm going to have to go put down all my grandchildren in wheelchairs. Just dump them in the lake. Heard Lisa. Did you hear? Yeah, Alligator Alcatraz. We're opening it. When I first heard the name, I did think it was some sort of wizard's school, but it's just sort of a concentration camp. And I'm going to throw some of my grandchildren to the alligators because we don't have Medicaid no more. Can't take care of their medical bills. Crap, Tina, just calling to say happy 4th of July. Yes, girl, I love celebrating this beautiful nation. I threw a bunch of ground beef on the ground, covered it in raw milk so the kids could chase after it. But because, they have no vaccines, it also keeps them safe. This woman came over with this tray of tomatoes and vegetables. And I said, get the fuck out of my house, bitch. If you don't bring meat, you don't care about America. And if you don't care about America, I'm going to get my gun. So we did. We waved our guns at her, scared her. She pissed and shit herself. So it was a really good day.